Welcome back to the Culture Vultures by the Collegian. I'm your co-host, Isaac Marquez.
And I am your other co-host, Josiah Poynter.
Great episode today for you guys. I mean, a lot of stuff is happening in the newsroom. You might be able to
Yes.
see it on the desk. The new paw print came out today. It's a hot topic. It's really, they're flying off the newsstand. So pick up your copy before they are either torn up or read. So
Allegedly.
yeah, it's a fun issue.
There's a lot of good stuff in there.
A lot of good
A lot
stuff,
of good stuff.
We'll get more into that later, but also in this episode, we're going to be talking about conspiracy theories.
Yes.
Ooh. And we have some fellow Collegian members here who would love to give their share on their conspiracy theories. So without further ado, I think we should just jump right into that.
I think we should. I think we shall.
Yeah. Josiah, I'm not a huge conspiracy theorist. How about you?
A little bit. A little bit.
Yeah.
I really enjoy the idea of that, like that things are just happening and that we don't know about.
Yep.
But like I feel like that's the most bare bones definition of conspiracy because like how far do we go before we go?
Yeah.
So I would say I'm a mild conspiracy enjoyer. I don't know if I believe them.
Ooh.
I want to say I'm a conspiracy theorist.
Okay.
Conspiracy enjoyer.
Well, with us today, who will be replacing me for a short period of time, is our sports director, Nolan Reynolds, who actually has some conspiracy theory of his own that he'd like to share.
Yeah, and he believes it wholeheartedly.
So without further ado, welcome Nolan.
Yeah. So who do we have with us today?
Your sports director at the Collegian, Nolan.
And do you have any conspiracy theories that you would like to let Fresno State and the rest of the world know forever that you full-heartedly believe in to the day that you die?
Yeah, we'll just get into one because getting into a few might take some time.
Yeah.
But my favorite conspiracy theory that I believe is that Donald Trump was not supposed to be. Don't laugh. Donald Trump was not a legitimate presidential candidate. He was there only to distract to let Hillary Clinton win. And then he realized that the campaign that he was running actually had a chance of winning, and he completely changed. And because he's a narcissist, became, president. And now we're stuck in this hellhole.
That's amazing. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. Got any questions or?
Yeah.
Okay.
When did you start believing that Donald Trump was
It was about 2019.
Okay.
Just kind of like thinking about where the world was headed.
Yeah.
And like just like the weirdness of the Republican Party of how, just true conservative they were. Like you had Bush and Reagan and H.W. Bush. So, for them to switch from that to Trump, it doesn't make sense.
Who is them?
Bush, the Bushes and Reagan.
Okay.
Not saying that Reagan and Bush are like great presidents or anything, but the switch from what the Bushes and Reagan were to Trump is very, very stark.
I didn't know we were jumping straight into politics, so I don't know how to move on from that. But we are going to transition back to Isaac with a brand new person.
Alrighty, I'm here with our social media director.
Hi, my name is Paige.
And what's your conspiracy theory that you've been on?
Okay, so this is just a theory, but allegedly there is a department store that will basically take any returns. And this department store rhymes with TK Maxx. And so this store, you can return underwear, used sheets, used makeup. Doesn't matter the product, and they will take it as a return. That is pretty nasty if you ask me.
That is. Wait, so do they like just return it and throw it away or like
They return it and put it back on the shelves for people to purchase again. And the way people are thinking this is happening is because you could go into the stores, you look in the makeup department, and these makeup palettes are like used. There's fingerprint smudges. So allegedly.
Have you ever gotten anything from this TK Maxx store that you're talking about?
I haven't personally, but I have returned a lot of stuff, and some things wouldn't even have the tag. I just have the receipt and they just take it. But if you go into their store, you can look and see for yourself.
I will probably pass, but it's I mean, there's good stores with good return policies, but I never heard of them just like returning anything. That's crazy.
Well, yeah, can you imagine people are like using bed sheets and then they return them? They have weird things.
Costco would never, or a store that rhymes with Bosco would never.
I hear Bosco takes a lot of returns.
They do, but hopefully I'm not sitting on a used pillow. Yeah.
Maybe this is a theory that we can test out ourselves.
Guys, go out there, go look at those returns and see if you can find anything.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Paige. We have another hot button theory from another individual at the Collegian coming right up.
Who are we here with?
We're here with Lauren Aiello, the opinion editor of the Collegian.
And do you have any conspiracy theories for us?
Yes, I do. And this one I don't necessarily believe in, but it is my favorite. So, as we all know, I'm a huge Beatles fan. So there's this very popular conspiracy theory that the real Paul McCartney died in 1966 in a bad car accident and was replaced with a lookalike called Billy Shears. And if you look at this, in their Sgt. Pepper album that came out in 1967, they talk about this guy, Billy Shears, and many believe it is to be McCartney. In the album cover, you could see McCartney in their classic, band suit outfits. McCartney is wearing a patch right here that says OPD, which many speculate to be officially pronounced dead. And in the famous Abbey Road cover, you'll notice that Paul is the only one barefoot, and that's meant to signify that he's a corpse. And John Lennon's leading the charge. He has all of his hair, and he's wearing white like Jesus, and he's like the God, like leading Paul's corpse to heaven. Yeah, so, yeah.
That's insane. Where did you first hear about this?
So I actually first heard about this from my manager's husband when I was working a shift at Westwoods.
Okay.
Because he was asking me what kind of music I liked. And I said, I really like the Beatles. He goes, well, have you heard of the Paul is dead theory? And I said, well, no, I haven't. He goes, you need to look that up. I was like, okay. So I looked it up and the rest was history. I got in a really, I dove deep in the hole. The Beatles themselves denied it. I don't think it's real, but I think it's a really fun theory.
And you said Billy Shears?
Billy Shears, what do I say if I'm out at it's like when I get high with a little help from my friends by the Beatles. That's where the song is. Yeah.
Well, Billy Shears, if you want to come on here and break the news officially, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, he just finished his Got Back tour. Paul McCartney, if you're seeing this, I need more dates. I need to go see you in concert before it's too late.
Yeah. Well, we're going to transition to another Collegian staff member who's going to be with our co-host Isaac.
Okay, we've had some, crazy conspiracies, some tame ones. I'm here with Jake, our multimedia reporter. Jake, what do you got for us?
The CIA definitely killed John F. Kennedy Jr. Oh, wait, Jr.?
Yeah. Are you talking about the president, JFK?
John F. Kennedy, JFK.
And why do you think that?
Multiple different reasons. The first big reason is before he died, JFK was very, very angry at the CIA for the Bay of Pigs invasion that went horrifically wrong. He went on record saying that he would like to take the CIA, throw it into the wind, tear it up, and throw it into the wind. And basically, he was very, very angry with the CIA. So the idea that the CIA wanted to kill him is most definitely there. Now, what's the proof? Well, there was another video that is long gone, and there's a reason why. Sorry, guys. There was a video of a different point of view from the shot, because we have the one view, but there was another one from a different point of view that actually showed gun smoke from a different angle. So the idea is that there was actually two shooters. Another one is that the bullet that went through him was like hardly even damaged, which was crazy for how it went through him, because it supposedly went through like two different seats and another person. So that was also very odd. And then another thing is that there was that video of the different angle, and the CIA put together a group of people to look into this, or not the CIA, I think it might have been the FBI, because Congress, they said like, hey, this is kind of like an odd situation. We need to look in on this. And this video came into evidence, and it was put in a CIA lockup. Now, that video no longer exists, and nobody knows why, because apparently it just got lost in a CIA lockup. But I mean, This is all just alleged. Actually, this is all entirely alleged.
You know,
I may have pissed some people off. Please don't come for me.
there's something about just political theories. It just makes sense. Politics and secrecy. It just makes sense.
I mean, we don't know what happened.
Exactly.
I would like to think to believe that they did not like him and wanted to take care of him.
Yeah. All right. Well, up next we have another staff member coming on to talk about their conspiracy. Josiah will be talking to them coming right up.
So we're here with our senior reporter, Apollo. Apollo, do you have any conspiracy theories?
The conspiracy theory that Princess Diana's death was actually planned, and it's just suspicious that apparently the driver was drunk. The People's Princess was, died, but a lot of people believe she was murdered in that car crash.
And we still don't know where John Mulaney was that night.
Oh, we don't actually. That's how I found out about it, in the first place.
That's how I also found out about it. Yeah.
Anyone born after the 2000s probably, isn't aware of Princess Diana unless
they heard about John Mulaney.
Yeah, exactly. Unless it was John Mulaney.
Do you have what do you think happened to Princess Diana?
I think that she reincarnated to BTS member Jungkook.
Nice. That's awesome. Anyone else maybe?
I really hope I said that right.
All right, guys.
Wrong.
I think
I don't
that's
know BTS.
I think that's all the Collegian people that want to go for today. So we're gonna come back with Isaac here in a second.
Man, that was some interesting theories, I might say.
Yeah. Nolan coming straight on and bringing that. Just the first words I heard, Donald Trump was not what I had planned. It kind of took me by surprise, honestly.
Yeah, some of them are surprising. Pages about the return policies
On a alleged source that we don't know.
Yeah, that's nasty, right?
That is nasty.
That is
That is nasty. And you want to know what's funny is that I actually just got a call from our EIC Jasmine. I think Jake got fired for that. I think he got fired for that one.
Yep.
Did your bank account double?
So, we talk about everyone else's theories in office. Josiah, what's your conspiracy theory?
I have a lot of conspiracy theories.
Please keep it to one concise theory.
Exactly. This is stay away from the political ones. I have a conspiracy theory that I don't think everybody sees colors the same way. I'm not convinced of it. I think everybody sees color differently. I think we can all agree that Fresno State's main color is red.
Okay.
I think we can all agree that if we were all to say what Fresno State's main color is, it would be red. Because we're conditioned on like on crayons, it says red and that color is red.
Yeah.
Right? So we all use red. But I think, what if how I see red or how I see brown is my brown is your red. So it's when you're drawing, it's oh yeah, it's whatever. But if I saw it through yours, I'd be that's brown. You're no, that's red. Everything that's red looks brown to you. I'm a firm believer in that. I don't think any of us see the world the same way.
So you think it's straight up colors, oh, your red is green, or oh, your bright red is a pink, or your dark green looks
a
blue?
I think it's got to be different.
I think completely different.
Yeah, I think if I look through your eyes, I'd be why are all the trees purple? And you'd be no, that's green. That's how they always are. And then we'd get into this whole thing, and it would, I think it has the opportunity to bring people together, understanding that our differences, even though we see things differently, doesn't mean that things are different. A tree's a tree.
I'm pretty sure there's probably a scientific reasoning for how they could justify, the lights bouncing off your retina and being absorbed the same way. But keep dreaming.
That applies that I did research before this.
We don't do research on the Culture Vultures, guys.
No, we don't. We don't. I've made every claim baseless. Ever. I've never had any backup research. But speaking of lacking of research, do you have any conspiracy theories?
I absolutely do. Speaking of no research, have you guys heard of the dead internet theory? Ooh. Boiling it down, it's just the internet's filled with bots, and bots are talking to each other and responding on posts and stuff. And it's just weird because it means the majority of the ecosystem of the internet is bots and not actual real people. So most of the time you'd be interacting with real people. They're bots, and unless you know them personally or whatnot. And you know, at first, like, because this circuit started like what, like 2016 around there. That's when night theory, became a thing.
Mhm.
And I think the more time goes on, the truer that thing gets. Because now with AI, these bots probably even better.
Yeah.
So there's probably some accounts out there that look real, like,
And there's
and-
probably some programming where some guy can probably create like 10 accounts and then
yeah,
schedule them to post certain things
yeah.
at like something that's super low effort.
yeah, and just even they monetize it, they probably can monetize it, but
Yeah.
it's just crazy. Like, every time I get a comment on a Collegian post, I'm like, oh wow, nice, but I'm like, is that a bot?
Yeah.
And it's just like, that sucks.
They got 2 posts, 150 followers, and
Yeah.
3,000 following. Yeah.
It's like, And then there's like those bots in the comments like, oh no, how do I delete my story? And then, just what I'm talking about. Yeah, then
Yeah.
there's those obvious ones.
Yeah, I just don't know which ones are bots, so I always tell them how to, but I always give them tips and tricks.
Speaking of tips and tricks, we can segue onto the Collegian's paw print,
Yes.
newest edition, because one story in specific has some nice tips and tricks about taxes. We all love taxes.
We all love taxes. April 15th, Christmas, what?
What?
Thanksgiving, what? Your
What?
family? Try taxes, guys.
Taxes.
I love
And
accountants.
we have all these conspiracy theories about, the CIA, FBI, Paul McCartney. What about the IRS? That's a conspiracy right there. They know how much taxes you're supposed to put in, and they still make you do it. What's why?
Yeah.
They know. Why? Just
They
tell
know.
me,
Just
and
tell
I'll
me.
fork it over. I'll trust you. I probably shouldn't, but I will.
Yeah. I just find it really odd that we put all our faith into some guy we see once a year. You really are. You're really trusting that because he's not going to go to jail for filing them wrong. You're
Nope.
going to go to
Yep.
prison.
Yeah.
And then after where's the money going to cut? Because you got to pay the IRS back.
You could avoid any issues if you read you just saw him. Jake, he was just in here talking about conspiracies. He wrote a story about taxes and people in Fresno State and how, an easy way for them to do it. They can file for certain programs, and really great read. I recommend it.
Yes. I love how his conspiracy theory was about government agencies.
Yes.
And he wrote about a government agency.
Someone might want to look into that. Speaking of looking into things, Josiah, what was your favorite story from this print?
Overall?
We'll stick to the lifestyle section, then we'll branch out.
First of all, I thought this print was really well done, just in terms of what we had. It just in terms of all the stories that we got and just behind the scenes, it was really nice. I would say for me, my favorite lifestyle story, if I can turn to it, if I can find it, it would probably have to be Taylor's Thrifted to Death.
Taylor's Thrifted to Death is amazing.
I'm a big fan of the headline.
Yes.
I felt like I was one of the first people to read it because I felt like every time I read it, she had something new to say that added something. Because I looked at it like 3 times, like 6 or 7 times, and there was always something new. There was always something really nice about it. And I think Taylor has this really nice way of writing about like writing in a news way about something that she's super passionate about that's not always super newsy. And I really like that because I'm like, well, this is important information, but it doesn't have to be like, it doesn't have to change my daily life, but I can still care about it.
I feel like every time Taylor drops a story, we always just glaze it because it's like, you could tell, like, I mean, I've said this before, but she wrote it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if you don't know Taylor, you could probably get a sense of like who she is just based off her writing, and that's a trait that not many people have.
Yeah, I think Taylor's definitely very her writing is very individual, but it's not like pompous or like way out there. Like you're gonna understand every word, and she has a lot of good information in there, and it's also just a nice. I know it's a full page because of the picture and the whatever, but it's super short, super concise, and it's one of my personal favorites for sure. In this one.
And looking at the print as a whole, obviously there's the editorial that we talked about earlier and how it's been, sparking a few thoughts in the newsroom and beyond. And I just want to say first and foremost, an editorial is the majority consensus of a newsroom and
specifically their
editorial board. So, in case that wasn't clear to everybody. And, we don't get too seriously political in this podcast. Obviously, we talk about conspiracy theories, but that's different.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say that this message, I know it resonates with Josiah and I,
Yeah.
and we stand by it.
Yeah, 100%. I think anybody that has read my writing before, I don't feel like I'm very like this would be a very new thing for people that know me to be like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, he would be a part of that or want his voice included in that. But I think it was we're talking about this in the conspiracy theory episode. So, but I thought one very well written.
Yep.
I thought I know a lot of the stuff because the process of this is not like one sided. It's definitely not like we voted and then we just wrote it and we put it on there.
Mhm.
There was a lot of editing. There was a lot of talk. But before that, there was even just a lot of conversation about how we wanted to focus it. And I thought everybody, I mean, I didn't read everybody's responses, but everybody must have gave a really good response because I know a lot of the stuff that I said got put in there.
Yeah.
So I'm sure a lot of the stuff that you said, that our fellow editors put in there, got in there. So it's just a really, really well put. And but I also encourage healthy dialogue. I would love for somebody to come up to me respectfully and calmly and tell me how they disagree with it and tell me why they think ICE is bad but they don't think it should be abolished or why they think ICE is good. Like I think I want to hear a conversation and I'm really happy I'm happy to know that there are conversations going on about it.
And I hope this continues to spark conversation. And like you said in your writing, you could obviously tell like you believe this. I'm kind of the opposite. I try to stay really centered and balanced in my writing. But sometimes opportunities come about where personal expression and input is needed, and I felt that this was a case where it was needed, so that's why I felt comfortable standing behind this.
Yeah, and I think that even speaks to the. I think that speaks even more to the fact that this was needed, and that our newsroom stands strongly by it because we have a lot of people in here that might be interested in politics, might write about them, but not like them, or vice versa, or something like that. But we all, for the most part, came together and were like, no, like this is good. Like this is what I believe, and that doesn't happen very often, especially because you said that even you're not that political. So for you to even want to be a part of it, for you to contribute to it, for you to agree with it, it says a lot about our editorial staff and how confident we are in this.
Yeah. And moving from a serious topic, let's go more lighthearted now. Very funny comic on the back. Shout out Ella. She was just in here earlier. I missed her on the way out, but it stems from a real conversation between Anahid, our community or campus news editor, and Finley Pendergast, our sports editor. And I mean, you've all had the situation before where you confuse a name and think of someone else, and then when you say that name you thought of, person looks at you crazy. It's one of those scenarios. Really funny read. There's also an advice column from the B, our anonymous advice columnist. So if you read it, there's some good advice, and you can also ask your own questions. So really pick up a copy and you can ask your own questions. You could do it on our Instagram. You can email us.
Yeah.
And who knows, your question might be on the next print.
And there was 4 questions here, but I think we're down to do more than 4.
I mean, obviously, depending on the questions. I mean,
I think one thing I would like to highlight from the print would be our Lovegram section. I thought our social team.
Yes.
This was kind of a collaborative thing between all of the different elements of the Collegian, between the business side, the social media side, the graphic side. And so it's fun.
Yep.
There's a couple familiar faces in there.
There are.
Very sweet of
Philip will hopefully put. I don't know if the PDFs are out, but they'll be right here, guys.
Yeah. Your lady put something very nice, very sweet.
My sweet Lorena, unbeknownst to me, put a lovegram of myself. She chose a decent photo. I was low key worried once I heard my owls in there. It was ugly, but decent photo.
I was gonna buy one for Sarah, but then I realized that she would not appreciate any photo. But But yeah, our lifestyle editor Liv got
Liv
one.
got one.
Our former reporter Sam got
Yeah.
one. Shout out, and everybody else involved. Very beautiful, very very lovely
Yeah.
to share that with the school. I really like that.
Yeah.
I really loved it.
And then before we end off on print talking, Brandon, a reporter, he wrote an opinion about grad fees, and I stand with that opinion because why the heck do we have to pay to graduate? Because what have we been doing this whole time? We've been paying to graduate, are we not?
You tell them.
And not to mention in the article, it was also mentioned the parking fees and then all sorts of fees and whatnot. And it's like, bro, they're just milking us. It's like a slap in the face to all these graduates. You're like, oh, I'm at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
$63 right there.
Last semester, this is a true story, I used $0. I did not buy a single book. I did not need to buy a single book.
Okay.
And I got charged $2,000 for books. No joke.
I think you need to get that checked. That
No,
does not
dude, no,
sound
I gotta
right.
I gotta figure it out. But like, and a week before I could register for class, why are you telling me this now?
Yeah.
Like, where are these? So I fully agree with Brandon's point. Like, it was, why are we paying? Like, why would you? I mean, I'm not graduating yet. I know
I am.
you are, but
bro, you're older than me by like a month or two.
allegedly.
But you can look it up. It's true. No alleged.
I'm Googleable.
Oh my, not again.
But no, he's totally right. Like, you're paying so much money just for them to be like, thank you for coming here. It's kind of, it is a little slap in the face to people.
Yeah. Speaking of slaps I guess not speaking of slaps in the face because I just couldn't find a way to segment.
Just slap me.
You know what is a slap in the face that we're reaching the end of the show?
We are.
That is a big slap in the face. Before we end off, let's do a quick life update. Last time we started with it. This time we're ending with it. What's life looking like for you, Josiah?
Life is looking pretty good. The year of the horse, or the first day of year of the horse, the Chinese New Year, lunar calendar.
Yes.
I was born in the year of the horse.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty horse-like. Feeling like I have a lot of endurance to run, and I have a yearning to be in a field of wheat.
A field of wheat, yes.
Yeah. A field of wheat, and star in many Budweiser commercials.
Did you wash your hair yesterday?
No, I did not wash my hair. As a horse, you may not know this, but it's actually bad luck to wash your hair on the first day.
I learned that
horse.
yesterday.
Yeah, did you wash your hair yesterday?
No, I actually washed it today, and that's why I'm wearing a beanie because it's still a little damp.
Yeah, I also washed my hair. I washed my hair today.
Chopped.
Not that I actually put any effort into my hair, but I did wash it today.
Yeah.
What about you? You got any life updates?
Well, I'm a bit saddened because today is Ash Wednesday at the time we're recording this,
yes.
and I woke up late and was running late for a class, so I couldn't go to a church to get that done.
I also.
Yeah. But hopefully, I don't know when they stop. Maybe I can go after. But besides that, life's been good. I always say this every episode, but it's just busy. It's always busy, man.
It's always busy. Did you give up anything for Lent?
Oh, I gave up a lot for Lent. Maybe too much. More than I can handle. I gave up fast food, door dashing. I gave up sodas. I gave up lemonade. I gave up not sweets, ice cream. Well, I'm not a big ice cream person anyway, so I'm gonna just throw it in. There's something else. I forgot what it was, but a lot. So I plan on cooking more from home, bringing it in here.
A lot more discipline.
Yes, that's the plan.
Yeah.
How about you?
This year I'm doing it for health reasons, but I've done this I did this last year and it worked out really well, but I'm gonna give up red meat.
Oh.
Which isn't that big of a issue for me. Chicken is better than steak all the way, but
it depends on the steak.
Maybe.
You tell me a chicken breast is better than filet mignon?
Sometimes you can put that on a sandwich. You can't put a filet mignon on a sandwich.
Okay, then you can go for a tri-tip.
chicken sandwich too. No, and then I'm gonna give up fast food. I'm going to try to. I always try to add stuff in Lent.
Oh,
I would like to at least walk, get my steps in every day. Like
okay.
that's a goal. Just kind of generally be healthier. One of the things that I do want to do, and I might go to Barnes and Noble after today because it seems like our day might be wrapping up a little early. I've always said that I want to start and finish a book for Lent. I'm the worst at reading. I suck at it, and
You're a
so
journalist and you hate reading.
yes, that is correct. Yeah,
All right, I just want to make that clear.
I don't read any of our articles. No, I'm kidding. But I've never finished a book, and I've never started and finished a book within Lent, and so I'm thinking about doing that. I'm thinking about picking up
the blue fish, red fish one. That one.
That's a little long. That's like 4 different characters you gotta follow. No, I'm thinking about picking Upton Sinclair's The Jungle.
Oh my god! You would choose a historically significant book.
Yeah, journalism book. Yeah, The Journalist. Maybe Magic Treehouse.
Yep.
Dinosaurs at Dawn.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yep. The one where they went to the Renaissance era with Leonardo
Yes.
da Vinci. I was about to say DiCaprio. That's a good one.
The Tigers at Twilight. That was the first one I ever read. I believe it's book 19. But that's a classic for sure. But yeah, just try, but be healthier and also get off technology more. Enjoy some of the old fashioned.
Yeah, it ain't happening for me, buddy. I'm sticking on TikTok and Reels.
Oh, I definitely say that. I'll send you some stuff tonight. Don't worry. You and Nolan will be getting some reels.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for
Yes.
listening. That's our show for the day. Good night, morning, evening, afternoon. Is there any time? Noon. Good noon.
Twilight.
Whenever you guys are watching.
I hope you had a good fortnight.
Hope you had a great fortnight or just night in general. This is our 5th episode of the semester? I believe 5th.
5th.
Yeah,
something
we're
like
getting
that.
close to the magic 2 numbers. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Have a, I already said that. Just be kind.
Yes.
Yeah, be nice.
And have some fun.
We're being attacked by a rubber ball right now.
Yeah,
So
it's 'cause
see
of
you guys on the
Jake's
next episode.
conspiracy theory.
See you guys on the next episode. Thank you so much for watching.
Peace.